What's going on, guys? This is Brian White, manager of the Florence Shows. This is the first episode of the Game Report. We got right back over here. To my left, we got Drew Martinez, hitting coach for Florence. And to my right, Chad Rhoades, pitching strategist for Florence. We want to talk about these last couple of weeks and what we got going on over here. Just kind of get to know everybody and let us introduce ourselves and our team and kind of what we have taking place over here. So I'll let Chad start up over here, kind of talk about the pitching. Break it down a little bit by the series, not necessarily individually. That's just somebody that he just wants to hit on, but we'll let him go ahead and start off.
9-2. I mean, we talked about the first 11 games, the first 2 weeks, 9-2. We talked about the offense coming into it being some dudes that can bang. We talk about bang. Hey, let's bang 30 right now. We're going to knock this game report out. Everybody's rolling right now. Drew wakes up and pisses straight caffeine. Pisses bang. But no. Everybody, as far as the reason that we're 9-2, I mean, we've had to learn lessons that we didn't necessarily want to learn. I mean, and we came out on top. So typically, we're willing to pay that down payment for those lumps with some losses, and then learn from those lessons and kind of come about. But we've actually got fortunate and came out on top. Guys coming through big in those early series, and then doing it again on the road. I mean, so as far as the pitching goes. The pitch has been awesome. Every single guy, I could hit on every single guy. I could hit on every single starter and every single dude in the bright moments that he's flashed. The one thing I want to say about our pitching staff is that those dudes have helped be the glue, helped keep these games close, to grind out. The bullpen's been thin, man. We ran a six-man pen for these past 11 games. Yep. Brutal. It's brutal because that just makes every pitcher pitch out of his element as far as what he's comfortable with doing to show his best stuff. But they all picked up the slack, man. They all know that they're banded together. They're a unit. So they're working together. Each guy's picking each other up, and they're prioritizing the right things. And right now, man, we're getting the right mix, putting guys in those right situations to make them successful, and they've all stepped up to the plate, and they've all done a really good job. The first series, was kind of where it got exposed a little bit, when we had Cheek, our opening day starter, who didn't know he was opening day starter, and we didn't know he was opening day starter until 2 days before the season. We had some other plans going into it, and we're back on track now, but we had to stretch out MacGyver a little bit there, and kind of put a little bit of pressure on the bullpen to stretch some guys out. Hughes has had to go 2 innings a pop, and he's going to be better in short bursts, 1 inning, one plus. 2 innings is asking a lot for that body and the way he throws, to get him on track, but we had to stretch out Tripp, Jonathan Tripp.
Went 3 that first night.
Went 3 that 3-inning save. He took a couple bumps, but I think that gave him motivation to be able to chip away. And once he knew that once we're going to get him slotted into those back inning rolls, those 1 inning rolls, that he's going to cruise, and you're going to see the really good sharp stuff come out. And the dude looks like he's throwing wiffle balls right now, and it's crazy, man. Last night that back-to-back save, he was absolutely painting glove side, and it was sick. It was awesome, but. Everybody, man, I don't want to leave anybody out. We're going to do plenty of these game reports. I'm excited to get them going again this season, especially with you dudes, and to hit on everybody and give them some love. But right now, it's just a hit on, I just want to talk about the vibe we've got going and the dudes that we did keep, the guys that we have on the team, and why we're able to take the lumps and learn the lessons but still come out on top, because that is what people don't see on the outside, is they don't see the culture inside, and they don't understand kind of the family environment we got. So I think that's where we need to start talking about. And I mean, just what do you got as far as the culture and the atmosphere and the vibe coming in? Because that is what makes this organization, being able to have guys with this internship crew here to present us with this video to allow us to use it as a coaching tool and to show what we are doing, and to be able to have the data and what Max is going to do. I mean, we saw what we got in the dugout. Stuff is like out of this world, and it's far beyond what anybody else has, I'll guarantee it. But what do you got on that as far as the way things are going and being 9-2? I'll hit on those pitchers as we ask, but in general.
Yeah, so, the culture's always been a big aspect from the very beginning once we got here with Belfin. Once he took over, kind of turned that leaf over and make sure there was a tight unit that we had going. Just individual players with talent, and that's what we wanted to roll over with here. So that's kind of the main thing that we looked for coming out of camp was we had a bunch of talent in camp, but we wanted to make sure that we had the right fit with the right guys that meshed well together and just the right puzzle pieces intact with everybody. We obviously had to move on away from some guys that had been here in the past for a while, but some things had to change a little bit for us to be where we are today. Um, we have the classification rules, and we have the salary cap that we have to deal with, and we have certain slots that we have to abide to. But all in all, the main thing was I wanted to make sure that our team was a tight-knit team as close as possible, and that everybody got along well, and the diversity as far as being able to plug and play guys at virtually almost any position. We have about 4 or 5 guys here that can play the corner in the outfield, can play corner infield. Different guys can play up the middle. And we had Crayport on the plate at third and left and right. Cedio played at second last night. That game's in right field, left field, first, third, kind of everywhere. So that makes it easy for us. I don't think teams really or people really understand how banged up we started the season. With Frank, we're talking about Frank was supposed to be our opening night starter. And then, a few days right before the opening night, he got banged up a little bit and had to skip his first start, which had us pull a bullpen guy to start that 5th game of the week, and had to push Cheat into that opening day starter rotation, which did hurt us quite a bit in the bullpen, but the guys held it down and were able to push through it and got off to a hot start, 9-2. But it goes back to people willing to accept different roles and not having the ego attached to their name, saying, "No, I'm not a starter. I'm only a closer," or "I'm only a one-inning guy." They're flexible and they're able to do these things, knowing that they get out of here, that they're going to have to try different roles anyways once they get out of here. So they're very open-minded to it. I think that started with what we got going on over here, guys that are able to wear different hats. We got a lot of different personalities in the clubhouse, not just the players and the coaching staff, but with the interns and with our trainers and with our clubbies and everything that we have going on. And everybody does their role very, very well, which makes it easy for the guy next to you to do their role and wanting to be motivated and to do their job as best as possible. So to me, that's the reason why we got 10-2 start. We had some issues during the game sometimes where things didn't go our way, whether it was pitching, hitting, or defense, base running at times. It's always something that we're kind of trying to battle through right now. It's early. We're only 11 games into the season, so I'm excited to see what we'll be at 70, 80 games into the season. But we're able to find ways to get these wins early in the season that we're not really playing our best baseball, to be completely honest. Guys are picking up the slack from other people, and it's to me that shows a good team unity right there, just being able to do that alone. What do you think, Drew?
I think the biggest thing is people saw opening night how talented we were offensively. They now know how good we are offensively, and I think the biggest thing is as we got on in the season, teams pitch us difficult. They know we're going to be aggressive. They know we run the bases hard. They know we like to steal bases. We try to create pressure. The biggest thing for us is understanding we need to slow down moments and execute small moments. For us, fortunately, we've got a pitching staff that will do their part, and we got a defense that will continue to make plays. And I think for us offensively, we need to continue to work. We're fortunate to have Cheek and our interns who continually give us as much analytics and data, as well as us knowing the little stuff that no other team has. We have that yak attack thing. We do tendency stuff. We constantly are charting. Our players have all the resources and tools. Now for them, it's more of can they execute little stuff. I think we're struggling, for me at least, struggling offensively. Just little stuff, getting guys in. Guys are trying to do too much rather than trusting their ability. We've hit the ball very well. We've put together a lot of bats lately. But sometimes when you hit the ball hard, it gets frustrating and you can't hit the ball harder. And that causes issues, causes problems. I think from a team aspect, offensively, we're very cohesive. Guys understand their roles, understand their parts. I mean, for me, I have the benefit of creating a lineup, and I could plug and play anybody wherever I want. And we know our offense is going to be competitive, going to put together our bats. They understand what we want as an offense. And for us, top to bottom, it's exciting to watch. It's fun to talk to them. It's fun to talk. I mean, from Louis, who everybody knows, and Brizuela's back. I mean, guys pitch him like he's a 400 hitter every single day. I mean, the guy's consistently pitched ridiculously hard. We got Cedio, who nobody really knows about yet. And that's the best part. I look at reports, I look at what people talk about, and they don't ever talk about him. And he might be the best hitter in this league, if not the smartest hitter in this league. People don't realize that, and I hope they continue to think that, because the more they continue to think that, the more damage he's going to do. And we didn't have Brian for the first couple games. Crane's out now, and He hit 260 with like 12 or 13 homers last year in the 9-hole. What team has a 9-hole hitter that does that? Not one. And we're still getting there offensively. But as a team, we continue to get better every day. We need to work every day. Continue to, guys are believing in what we're doing with the machine. Guys understand what we're trying to do. As long as we continue to put together our bats day in and day out, I think we'll be one of the best offenses in the league consistently. We're playing the same teams right now, but once other teams start seeing what we're doing and other staff start seeing what we're doing, and when we start traveling around playing other teams, I think we'll really see how good our offense is. We're exciting to watch. We're explosive. My goal is to have, again, I keep saying my goal is to have us going by week 3. We'll have our bumps and bruises. We're still getting into a feel of things. Luckily, again, we had a staff we have because that keeps us in games. And that's the best part is we have a staff that trusts and they know what we can do, and they understand that. And it's just getting the players to realize, hey, trust in what your process, trust in what you're looking for, trust in your overall goal of continue to put together quality bats. And at the end of the day, let it fall. I think someone to hit on, that's doing a very good job is Harry. He's putting together bats consistently for us.
Boom. Big 9 RBIs.
9.
9 and big ones too, not just
7 walks as
big
well.
ones.
Something like
It's
that.
big at bat. Even last night, comes up with man on second base.
Of a dude with no ERA that's been punching everybody out. Cable, Tanner Cable. He's been nasty. He's got a high spin, low mid 90s. The ball's coming at you. They know it. Here
And he made a big adjustment from his first 2 at bats to that at bat, understanding what he needed to do, and having and that's the best part is these guys are so smart and able to make pitch to pitch or bat to bat adjustments. And for him, it's awesome to watch it. People don't realize how good of a hitter he is, and they continue to feed him stuff, and he's going to continue to feast until they make adjustment. The thing is, he's smart enough to make that adjustment. And even somebody we haven't even gotten really going yet, but he makes this huge impact with Rodney Tenney. He had a huge slide the other night that most people probably would have been out, but because of how athletic he is and how much versatility he has with us on and off the field, and who he is in the dugout, makes us better.
Yeah, he's hitting what, an 0.93 or
Maybe.
something, but yeah, people look at that, they keep thinking he's hitting 0.93 because every time he's in the box and he plays his game, he sets the tone, man. He really has flipped some of those games on top of their head. And he causes a lot of havoc, and he really plays a different game. I thought there was a couple in the middle, towards the end of that second Washington series and the first couple games of Gateway. I thought he tried to do something different.
Tried to do too much.
Putting
It's pressure on himself.
It's like, man, that's what we're all here for, is to help you guys be yourself. We're not here to coach you to be something specific, saying put these handcuffs on and you're not allowed to. You can't play here if you don't do this. No, we bring you in and you made this team because of who you are with your skill set and what you're good at. And if you're not out there doing what you're good at and trying to do something else, it does throw out that a little bit. But man, that lineup is so deep, it's so long, it takes forever to roll over. And if the bottom of that produces whatsoever, it's like, oh my god, it's scary.
Top to bottom, yeah, we got length in the lineup. And that's the best part. And people look at numbers like they can look at Crayport's numbers. Statistically, his numbers haven't been great.
The dude's cracking balls.
He can hit, and he's made a huge adjustment. And we even saw with the last couple of games, he realizes how now teams are pitching. They're all trying to bust him in. What do you do? Hit a couple home runs. They start going away. He's made that adjustment. And I hope teams keep throwing away because he's going to keep blasting balls away. That's fine. And that's the end now. And the biggest thing is he can steal bags. They think because he's a catcher, he's not going to run. He can steal bags. And that's the thing. He's putting together at bats. He's having 5, 6, 7 pitch at bats. They're not quick. And him plugging that 4 spot, it's been dangerous for us. And he's been huge in general with coming to just putting together consistent at bats, asking the right questions, and then on top of that, finding a way to handle a staff. And when we're talking about handling a staff, talking about someone like Pritchard, who's people don't realize the adjustments he's had to make in the last month and what he's had to do, not just in spring training, but to now. And to see him having success last couple games has been a huge confidence builder for him.
And we keep his girlfriend in town, too.
Yeah, his girlfriend's a big reason.
Hit a home run. Hit a big. I mean, crushed that ball. I told him, I was like, stop hitting home. Just hit 2 doubles for her today. He cracked that one ball in the gap. I was like, oh, it's going to be double. They got to cut it off, but
I think it's Gateway, too. Big Gateway guy. Really loves Gateway.
He does.
it's cool playing there, man. I really like that. I really like getting on the road. What about Brian, talk about a few of the personalities, because you said it that every player on this club is so unique. Everybody stands out in their own way.
Right.
Everybody has their own personality. Everybody has their own vibe about themselves that does mix in. But it's so cool because there's no bad dude.
No.
There's no bad apple. They're all good character guys. They all have good personalities, and they know what they're good at. But tell me about maybe your top 3 best personalities and why, like different ones.
Best personalities. Let me think. All right.
Well, different personalities.
Right.
You know what I mean.
Oh yeah. Well, Louis brings a lot of energy every day.
Louis Spark Plug.
That's one right there where every day he's gonna come in with a smile on his face, no matter what happened the day before.
Yes.
So he gets the guys going.
Lytle.
Then we got different ones. We got to me, him and Harry are big because Harry's a little bit different as far as that aspect. He's gonna be more held accountable and hold his guys accountable in the team.
His brain leaks out of his mouth a little bit.
He knows how to have fun though too at the same time, right?
He does.
So
He does.
he knows when to be serious and when to have fun and be loving and when to get the guys going and when to crack down when it's needed. So those two is a good combination for me at the middle. You can see the brotherly love out there in the field all the time. Those two guys are big. Talk about Lytle. That's a guy that goes very under the radar too. It's not easy to sit on the bench that long, that many days in a row, and keep that good energy, the good personality, the smiles, the dancing, the having fun, and being loose and relaxed. A lot of times, especially with the rookie status, you get those guys on the bench and they're not getting the playing time that they probably want. Things go a little bit south, but he's doing a phenomenal job at that.
He's a fan favorite now too. Love
I mean, that mullet and the stash, how can he beat that,
Yeah, man.
He's up there this top step dancing all the time. Getting those guys in a good mood.
Couple pictures. Give me some, because there's some pictures they got some.
I got saw the Wags.
You gotta go with
Wag,
Daddy,
right?
hometown guy too.
Right.
Alex Wagner.
That's a guy that name's probably not huge because he's not that back end guy or the starting guy, but you want to talk about a smile every day in the clubhouse. I've never seen that guy frown one time.
Most excited guy to be the foot every day. Without a doubt, the most excited guy behind Louis.
Awesome.
He's living his dream.
Fired up.
It is
living
awesome.
his dream. I mean, they know they're living their best life. I like Wags because he is, and he's a guy we talked about. There's certain pitchers you guys, especially rookies, those college arms that you want to breed all these guys and teach them how to be professionals and how to get out of here, because their goal personally is to get out, to play affiliated ball and give themselves an opportunity, to see how good they really are. With Wags, the same goal is there. The development stage where he's at is different than the other guys, because we're going to put you in spots for you to get innings and for you to develop, and it's a guy that we can breed. Who it's like next year, hey man, you see this guy as a starter.
He's a monster. Stand next to that guy, oh my god.
But he's going to hold up. But he's a guy that we can kind of build a little bit of future. Absolutely. As far as, you can give him innings, you can let him work on his delivery, he can clean up his pitches, and you can harness a little bit of that energy that he has on the mound more effectively into pitching. Absolutely. But the dude's nasty on the mound.
He's electric. He's a power arm. He's coming right at you. You got a lot of body parts flying at you. It's intimidating to be up there in that batter's box with him on the mound. I can only imagine. And he has that mentality where he's going to come right at you. He doesn't care who you are. Whether it's the worst hitter in the league or it's Brandon Phillips up there, he wants it. He wants that challenge.
And you can't teach it.
No,
you can't give that to somebody. That and you go nut factor. I mean, you can't.
And that's a guy right there that no matter what the situation is, he's going to be a dude. He's not going to back down from a challenge. No. So very comfortable putting him in there. Even though the game over in Gateway didn't go his way, but do it again if I had the opportunity to. I know I have all the faith in him to get the job done any given night. So it was awesome. You got the two Trick brothers. You got Thor and Loki. Right? Two a little bit different personalities, but they're awesome. Jonathan
Chris is finally opening up a little bit too.
Is he comfortable?
He's getting comfortable opening up, talking a little more.
Yeah, I would be too if I had that start he had the other day. Jeez.
That's nasty. No, but all in all, it's a good vibe. I haven't had a bad day in the clubhouse because I remember Pelt just say this one day whenever we're in the office is, if I want to be up here every day, I want to make sure that I'm happy every day and not have bad personalities in the clubhouse. And one guy can kind of tear the whole clubhouse down, and that's not what we're about here. So as long as we're staying happy and we have good energy flowing every day, even if we go through a couple of rough patches where there's 2 or 3 bad days, I know we're going to bounce back because we have the right guys in that clubhouse to make it happen. So I'm not too concerned about that. As long as we have that mindset, we'll be just fine the entire year. what I do appreciate the most is the fact that our guys are working every day. You know, we're doing the early work, we're doing the machine work, we're doing defensive stuff, base running stuff, pitchers getting their work, and we're doing sim games. And none of these guys complain about it. They know that they want to be good. It's going to take this work that we have to put in. You know, no one shows up just expecting to roll in and get the job done. It's going to take a little hands-on, little elbow grease and all that, but the more that we do that and we're able to control it and make sure that we stay healthy, it's going to pay off big time by the time we get to the end of the season. That's what I'm looking forward to most, but we got to make sure that we stay one day at a time and focus on what we can be better at today.
I think so too. I was going to ask Drew this because you talk about the work, and to me the thing that separates us from any other organization is the fact that we do like to work. We like to be on the field. We're young, I don't say that's different. I just think that's the way it should be. That's the way it should go. And most guys in independent baseball, they never get a taste of affiliated ball in general, but we run it according to what we feel is beneficial to professional development. We're going to do it the way an affiliated club does. And even with the other stuff we have, it's awesome. These guys they're spoiled in Florence because if they've never been somewhere other than here, they don't understand kind of what they're getting. But I thought those 3 days that we had Washington here where we got rained out, didn't get to get on the field, I thought, and I want to get you guys' opinion and give Drew's opinion, is we didn't get out, we didn't get to go work. And I thought that made us play, I'm not saying play down to another team. It made us not sharp. It made us feel like we're just another club. Rather than being able to impress upon what we did. I'm not saying that's what caused the loss, but what did you guys think, and how did you think that the offense responded to the adversity? Because we're 7-0. There's no adversity. There was some times in the games, but obviously some of those were comeback wins. I didn't feel like any of those were really comeback wins. I thought we had those games in hand, and I know it was just like, the day was about to blow. So I thought we were waiting on those, but I thought that game and I thought the time that we spent off the field affected the vibe a little bit, and we expected to roll those guys, and we should have handled a little bit more business on that third game in Washington. What did you think about the offense, how they stepped up, and am I right on that? What do you guys think?
I think it became such a thing of they were trying to just hold on to the undefeated record rather than just continuing to play every day and let their ability naturally take over. Because when we do that as a team and we continue to compete as a team and execute every single aspect, we're going to win. More times than not, we're going to put ourselves in a position to win, if not win. And I think they were trying to hold on to over 7-0. Oh, we need to be 8-0. Oh, we need to be 9-0. And not to mention, you hear when you walk the stadium, you hear fans consistently talking about it. Oh, y'all are 7-0. Y'all are 8-0. And sometimes that plays in your head. And they were trying to be so perfect, and unfortunately, in baseball, you're not going to be perfect.
Right.
And mistakes are going to be made, mistakes are going to happen. I think from an offensive standpoint, they started to do a little too much. They were trying to that was the one day I really saw us get out of our approach. We had a bunch of back-to-back first pitch swings.
And it happened. We gave up a solo in the first, gave up a solo in the second. So I kind of thought that kind of spurred,
it put a little pressure on the guys, and they went out of their element of who they really were. And so we saw guys that doing it that don't normally do it ever, and don't normally really see first pitch. And so it's pretty interesting. I mean, and it frustrated me towards the end of the game how we handled at bats, because it became to me like other teams, and the way they handle at bats rather than understanding that's not the way to play the game. You set the tone. A lot of times you set the tone for the next days to go in that ninth inning, and we didn't do it.
Standard we set
at all
at the beginning.
And the best thing is the next day at Gateway, we lost that game 1, but we addressed it immediately. That's not happening. That's not the way you play the game. That's not how we're going to run the offense. I'm not going to let the offense run like that. And I made sure to reiterate, it was a clear message. We're not playing that way. I don't care if other teams do it, but we're not playing that way. And it showed next day as we had so many good at-bats. Yeah, we lost that game, and we missed some opportunities, but to put ourselves in the position to do that, it was consistent, grind out 4, 5, 6, 7. They were not easy at-bats every single day. They had to work. And we saw a ton of pitches.
Right.
And at the end of the day, more times than not, that's going to transfer over into better innings, more runs, better hits, or more things going our way. It's not luck that we score, that we win.
Right. I was going to hit on that earlier. The fact that even though we didn't put up the run production that we wanted to the last few days, besides that first game at Gateway, we had really good at bats. We had the opportunities to put up big numbers. It just didn't come through. I think guys put a little bit of pressure on themselves in those situations, but what we're asking for is getting ourselves opportunities to score, and we're putting ourselves in very good positions. Coming to the year, I want to see if we can get more guys on second base than the other team. More guys that we can put on second base, the more opportunities we have to score runs. We're doing that quite a bit, whether it was getting the sack down, or it was stealing bases, or it was hitting the doubles, or whatever it may be. We just didn't come through with that big hit in those moments. But the more times that we do that throughout the course of the season, it's going to pay off in the long run as long as we're able to control our best like we were. Once we start getting ahead of ourselves and trying to force situations and start swinging at bad pitches and turn to, like we said, those other teams, right? Then we're not going to put ourselves in good opportunities, and we're going to have bad situations, or we're going to have 10-pitch innings as an offense, and that's not what we want. As long as we can control the play our game the way that we did the last few days, we're going to be just fine. Even though we only scored 1 run yesterday, I feel like majority of the day we had good at-bats and we had opportunities, especially that game 2. I don't know how many guys we left in scoring position, but we had opportunity.
We had near, I think, 10 guys left on base.
Yeah, to me it was just a matter of time that we broke through. It never happened, but that's baseball. That's how it goes. Luckily, we got the bullpen that we have to be able to shut it down and still get the win. That was big time. That's a team sport right there. It's a team win. So I was very proud of that from everybody on our team.
And to me, that's what happened even in 19. We were very slow to start offensively. We knew the offense we had, but we were very slow to start. And then once we got going, because like I said, the pitchers were throwing a lot of stress innings. My goal was to get them going to where they can have, we can be up 5 or 6 runs. They can just, just execute stuff, execute. And that's the hardest thing is got to be a little more fine-tuned in what our offense approach is, because the better we can be, the easier we make it for the pitchers, because, we can't rely on them all year as an offense. As much as we want them to be good, we can't rely on it, and we got to be better offensively, and take a little more accountability, top and bottom. And the guys are again forcing an issue, trying to press, but guys understand that we're gonna get better. The guys are in there hitting right now as we speak, and they're gonna help the machine. They're gonna do little stuff to try to make themselves better for tomorrow. Because at the end of the day, the best thing about baseball is we got tomorrow. And every single day we continue to get just baby steps forward. We need baby steps every day, just one baby step forward, because every day is a sprint. And we got to understand that we got to slow stuff down enough in the box and remember that, hey, it's just one pitch at a time, one moment at a time, and execute those moments. The better we can execute, the better we'll be. And I think we'll get there. And my goal is hopefully have that stuff going by tomorrow. And like I said, if we can get it going on tomorrow, we'll put ourselves in a situation because we know what our staff's going to do. We know what our defense is going to do. So where's the pressure for me? Where's the pressure? We know our staff's going to be there. We know our defense is going to play. We need to continue to just keep plugging away, because sooner or later they're going to make a mistake. These are 3, 4, 5 run innings, as we saw first, Washington and Southern and stuff like that. We can put together innings and put together runs. There hasn't really been a pitch that's dominated us. We faced very good arms.
Yeah,
we haven't faced anybody that's dominated us. And that's the best thing is, even
never felt overmatched.
No, even like what we faced, even Gateway, faced Cable that first night. He was good. Faced Bramlett. I think Bramlett's a phenomenal arm. I think he's one of the best arms in the league, and they know that. He comes at you, but none of them are easy. He attacks his own. That's why he's good. But Cable, was continuing to work. He threw 5, 6, 7 pitches in a bat. If we can do that every day, and then they had that little cutter guy, Jandy Jack, I don't know.
Yeah, he gets stuff.
He threw 70 pitches or something like that, like in 3 innings. Like that's insane.
We just didn't come on top.
We just came on top. Like it was.
It's all right.
It is what it is.
Short-term memory. Every day's 0-0. Score is always 0-0. One pitch at a time. That's all you can do.
Don't move any faster.
That's it. We're here right now, so that's where we're at. What else we got?
You guys want to hit on
defense?
I want to hit on defense.
How about those apple throws?
I want to hit on
Will Baker,
Louie,
and you guys got gadget on. Brian,
Rizzo had a couple throws early.
We've had a bunch of assists, and to me, it doesn't matter who we plug out there. It seems like we're confident that the guy's going to perform. But to me, the biggest, not surprise, but the biggest kind of surprise has been how Will Baker's played and played defensively, because we didn't expect him to be a guy that comes in and play every day. Right. And he's been put into a situation where he has to be, and whether it's left, right, center, he continually throws guys out. He continually helps out as much as possible. I mean, there's been big throws, especially even last night, big throws at huge moments.
He's not letting his at-bats get in the way with that.
And exactly, and it's been amazing to see him do that. And
Will Baker throw you out? What's his name? Throw you out,
Will
yeah.
Baker throw you out.
Yeah, I think he's been
Throw you out.
huge in that aspect, especially me being an outfield guy. I'm a little more critical on how our outfield plays.
His
Man,
first
he's
step,
been-
footwork, get behind the ball, and set
been
himself up,
nice.
man. It's textbook.
Yep.
And arm on top of it. It's been
And he's played the
awesome.
ball off the wall. I mean, he's put the work in. He's played the ball off the wall so well, and that's the best part. Is he's done it left, he's done it right, he's done it center. You know, he at this rate, he's probably lead the league in offensive assists or outfield assists. You know, and they want to keep running on him. We'll keep taking outs. It's their mistakes.
The best thing we're doing is keeping that ball low too. Because there've been a couple of times where we had to redirect the baseball to different bags instead of getting that lead out. It's been saving us those big innings. We're not giving up those 2, 3, 4 run innings. We're minimizing them to 1 to 2 run innings and giving ourselves a chance to come back and win the game. And that's exactly what we've been doing. Yeah, it's been nice to watch. Being able to win games different ways, not just with the offense, not just with the pitching, but the defense, with the base running, with the bunting, those scenario stuff that we're able to do. It's awesome to watch.
Play
It's
better
awesome to
baseball,
watch.
you
Exactly.
give yourself a chance to win. If you
Right.
play better baseball than the other team.
We're communicating finally as a team and outfield, infield. We're communicating. You know.
What are we
That's
talking
the
about? We
best part.
haven't. I don't feel like we've been beat.
No,
No,
we haven't
we've lost
been
2
beat.
games.
We've lost 2 games. We haven't been beat.
We have not been beat.
That's the thing. I'm waiting to
Just
see
like
because
this
it shows you.
Yeah.
I'm excited about
But
that.
even if you get beat, it shows what we need to get better at. You know, and that's the hardest part is, you know, we got to get beat, and I want to see it. You know, and like I said, even when we face a quality arm, I feel every single day. Even when we face quality arm, facing Cunningham for Southern, that guy's dominated our league for a while. You know, it's a quality arm, but we felt every single day, every single at bat, that we're in it consistently. We would plug and plug and plug until he makes a mistake, and he did, and we capitalized on it.
Right.
And that's the message we continually relay in the dugout. It's not just me; it's every single player. And they know that. And they know how good we can be. And like I said, it's very relaxed, very easygoing dugout, which just makes it a little better. And it helps. We got some of the guys in there pitching wise that are keeping it relaxed, and keeping it easy, keeping it laid back. It's been fun that way because again, sometimes you hear from a coach all the time, you're like, okay, whatever. But you hear from a player, it means a little more. And they, even like last night, Valentino saying something meant a little more, and all of a sudden we see a little bit of spark. And it took, one play, again, Baker throwing the guy out, boom, we're sparked. And it's understanding that because, at times we understand the season, it's only game 11, but it can get a little dragged out, a little long.
No, that stuff's cool to see right now.
That's awesome, just guys holding each other accountable. And even yesterday, guys kind of doing something. Harry bringing them back in. Hey, it's not us. Stick with us. It's a cool moment just to hear him say something like that. And every single day, it's been somebody different. But that's what we need. That's just what's going to make us good. But that's where the chemistry comes in, because it's like a brother saying something to you. It's somebody saying something to you. But if you go too far, they'll say something, allowing that to happen.
And I only say it because
They care
you're
about
only
it.
allowed to say the truth as far as any guy, as a rookie or a vet, whatever. One's saying something to the other. If it's the truth, and if it is about the baseball game, if it is about making the team better to help the team win, then nobody's going to say anything back. And that's been the cool thing, because they all know the truth. It's not, hey, it ain't your status, man. It's, are you on board with what we're doing? Are you playing the game right? That is what matters, and they all know that. And that's something that they're holding each other accountable for. That's what's cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And it's only going to get better too. We got 2 challenges coming up this week with two
Evansville coming
division
in, man.
opponents.
Yeah.
2 challenges. One come in, one we go away. It's big for us. We need that accountability. We need that leadership. What makes us better.
100%.
That's awesome. A bunch of grinders, a bunch of guys that want to compete and win. It's what we want here. I think everyone is on the same page as that, so we have that mindset. We just want.
So I want to make sure we split up the hair right. Get the long hair on the right. Hair in the middle.
Boom.
And then that over there. We're all a little different. I'm
Different
just doing
personalities.
Stash. Brian and Drew are both
We
going
got the
a little
grays. Yeah.
Drew's got a little more salt and pepper.
Yeah, he's working on it. We gotta catch up a little bit.
I
I might have it by the
don't
end of the season. I don't know.
This is it. It's going to keep going. But that's it. What we're about as unique, I guess, is the players, too. We want to talk about Day Off Dave, though.
Day off day.
Of course, he's not here, right?
He's
Take
our
the day
fourth
off.
guy, man. A first base coach. The guys respond well to him. The dude catches on, but the dude, he's Day Off Day for a reason,
Where are you at?
He's young. He's a kid. He needs his little sleep sometimes. Yeah.
Mom's got chores for him.
He's got to do chores at home.
He might get grounded every once in a while.
He might be grounded,
grounded,
trying
you
to
know.
sneak out the window.
Yeah.
You know.
Y'all keep a look on the first base line too. He'll bring his whole little crew. You know, they'll be probably painting their chest over there and holding up signs for Dave at the first base box.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Especially White Call Wednesday. They'll be here.
One thing he does have to get better at is the foul ball scenario. I think he's botched 5 out of 6 foul balls.
He gets nervous.
At least.
Yeah,
He gets scared. He did have that. Remember, we said, Dave, I walked out right before we had the color guard. Like last game here in Washington, color guard's coming out, Dave. When they start walking off the field, do not be the guy who puts your hat on in the line.
Immediately.
Yeah, what
As
do you do?
soon as it happened, he was the first guy putting his hat on. It's like,
Dave!
Dave!
What are you doing?
Slow
do we got
the
going
game
on right
down,
here?
baby. Slow the game down.
Embarrassing all of us.
Hey, one other guy I want to give a little love to is because that clubhouse has been exactly what we wanted. It's been crisp, it's been clean, it smells good every day, it looks professional, you know, everything, the lockers, keep your chairs folded.
Number 1,
Key Stewart and his little crony this year,
Hey, Sam.
They've been killing it.
Stam,
Killing
have
it.
been killing it, man.
Killing it.
Have been killing it.
That's
But to
why
be fair, his goal was to win Club of the Year, so I got to make sure
He did
does
sleep
that.
in one time, though.
He did. He
He
slept
did
in.
sleep in one time.
He slept
Freaked
in.
out to
Doesn't get fired that day.
Yeah. Yeah, he lets the guys know when they leave the chairs out. He leaves a note. Hold your chair. It's held, you know, it's a held accountability. Everybody's the same. Doesn't matter who you are. There was a couple vets that left the chairs out. There's a couple rookies that left the chairs that doesn't care.
Guys,
He's
doesn't
gonna handle his
speak
work.
English.
You got to speak English. You just fold your chair, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care. Fold your chair.
So
No, it's been money. They the way that they're able to keep that energy up for all of our guys every day, and there's no complaints, no wet clothes, nobody complain about anything or needing something done. They're on top of it every day.
He's
So
good.
nice.
the more
He's
that
got
they
the
do that,
challenge with Gateway, though, right? I mean, the donut burger, the dude's all over it. You know,
Donut burger.
he didn't sleep in.
The
I
best.
don't think
the
he slept
dude
in.
didn't sleep in. He was always there.
You know, so
Came in and checked on us.
we got a little bit of making up to do, but
You
I think
know,
he's up for the challenge. I think so.
We're back though. You know, he got it comfortable. We're here for a while. I was glad to get on the road. What do you guys think about getting on the road, getting out of being at home? I love playing at home. But it wasn't that we're sick of playing at home. It was like,
I'm
I
big.
love
I
playing
love
on
playing
the
on the
road.
road.
just want to get on the road, you know, sleep in a hotel, stop sleeping in the clubhouse for 1 minute, you know, sleep in a little bit.
We had the best fans, we had the best atmosphere, but going on the road and winning on the road, going on someone else's turf and doing it up,
You win
there's
championships
nothing
on the
better than
road.
that. Nothing
You win
better than that.
championships on the road.
Making us go on their time and on their schedule, and still being able to come out and do it up. I love it. I love it.
It's fun.
There's nothing more really fun to me than doing that. Been a couple years since we got to go on the road too, so
Yeah.
it's awesome.
It was nice.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
nice.
make sure those crowds out there are quiet. Love it.
Fine.
But yeah. Anyways, that's all I got. What do you have?
I mean, good first couple weeks. I know we'll get to more breakdowns individually. But this is more like an intro for you guys and for the season. We're kicked off, man. There's a plan. There's a progression of what we want to do. There's a development plan for each guy. And that's what you said as far as each guy has a role. Each guy knows his role. It's just go out, baby. Slow the game down. You play your role. We focus on us, and we do our thing, man. We don't worry about the other team. We adapt. We adapt during the game, but we stick with our guys with the plan. We do that, man. We're going to be good. We're going to be golden. I like the crew we got. Hope we get to know these guys in the next couple weeks, and that way we can start throwing some names out and start getting to know these personalities and really what they're good at and kind of show their skill set too. But first couple weeks, fellas, was awesome. It was awesome to see the culture that you created, Skipper, come together and work the way we thought it was going to work. You know, the hitting approach is coming along. You get to know those dudes. There's some awesome personalities, and those dudes can bang, man. I'm excited to see those guys hit and get to know those guys too. But it was a good first 2 weeks for me, and I'm excited.
Yeah, like I said, it's just understanding the players, getting to know the players better every day. Again, the more we communicate, more we talk, the more trust they'll have, and the more that we're willing to continually make adjustments. I think, again, with us continuing to work every single day, I think they are starting to see more and more, especially with the overall results of how we're doing, it works. We're going to put you to work, and everybody knows that, because, again, I've heard Paul say, we're going to put you to work because when you walk into an affiliate organization, we want you to be ready to go from the start, And when you look at it, being in affiliate organizations, sometimes we probably do more work than they do. And we put in more work than they do because we want the players to understand, hey, if you're going in there, you're not going in there to just have a spot. You're going in there to dominate, you're going in there to compete, you're going in there to win. And that's what we want. And if we can do our job of setting them up with the best resources and tools possible, when they walk in that spot, they won't feel overwhelmed. They won't feel wide-eyed. They'll be ready to go. But hey, I was already putting in work. I'm already ready to go. And that's the best thing about it. What we're trying to do as a staff, what we've done so far as a staff. Now we're just waiting for teams to call, and because we know it's going to happen sooner or later, teams are we'll have guys gone soon. But again, while they're here, continue to put into work, continue to grind, and put in the best situation, best scenario as possible with whatever resources we have. So it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
All right. Well, that's it for first episode of the Game Report. Looking forward to seeing y'all next time. Thanks.